have to be able to gain strength from it. Burn the pain and grow strong. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Good evening to this new podcast called Burn Pain, Grow Strong. My name is STEVE Lopez, and I'm here to talk to you about a few things. Mesistuk kainkara STEVE Lopez. Kashunyan awane ukos. Ama katura. People of the sun, people of the earth, people of the sun like to kick it in the shade. So let me tell you a few things about myself to introduce myself. I'm from Chino, like I said. I grew up with my grandmother. I grew up with no mother, no father. My mother passed away in a tragedy when I was 9 months old. My grandmother, her mom, took care of me. I never knew my dad. I ended up meeting him 35 years later. Well, people, just look around. Shit's messed up. Look at society. Look around. You know what I'm talking about. You got drug abuse. You got traumas. Everybody's walking around with their traumas, with their pain, with depression, with anxiety, with stress. In society, people don't even say hi to you no more. No greetings. It's all about fate. It's all about image. It's all false. It's all about money and what you can bring. What's your monetary value? What's your credit score? That's how people get judged, nowadays, and it's not cool because the real person's inside. The real person's your content, and that just seems to be skipped. And these youngsters don't know that, and they need to know that. So that's why I'm here to share a few things of how I grew up and a few missing valid points that the youth need to hear. Because in school, it won't teach it to you. And they won't teach you anger management, common sense, courtesy, none of that stuff. Yes, it should come from your parents. But a lot of you out there have no parents, like myself, have no guidance, have no role models. And if you do, they're busy working. They're busy trying to pay rent. They're not trying to come home and school you on stuff that they probably don't know themselves. So just look around. I live right here in Pomona. I live right here in the hood, and I'm lucky that the tamale lady comes by every weekend. Good looking out, Carmen. Keep it real, I live with a lot of heartache. I live with a lot of trauma. And pain and hurt, absence, and it's messed up. It's messed up. You can't really describe it, but it's an emptiness. It's a shame undeserved. That a lot of youth out there, you don't ask to be born and brought into this world. You don't ask to be given all these problems, given all these problems, all this stress. And next thing you know, you got to pay bills, and you're growing up in a culture lost. We don't even know our true identity. We don't even know who we are as a people. We look at television, and it's leading us in the wrong direction. A lot of frustrations, a lot of insecurities, a lot of jealousies, a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of rage, a lot of no money, a lot of doing without. Didn't have no direction, So I'm in junior high, hanging around my buddies. Good kid, normal kid. And going to Little League, all this stuff. Everybody got their parents in the crowd and this and that. My grandma would come all the time. But to know that I didn't know when I was 13, she told me when I was 13, she pulled me to the side and she goes, "Hey, Amy, I have to tell you something." She goes, "Your brother's dad is not your dad. And your mom passed away this way. I'll tell you more about it later because it's personal. But that set me off. That triggered me to be mad at the world. And from then on, hanging around the homies, drinking, smoking weed, getting caught up. Next thing you know, I'm claiming the neighborhood, getting deeper and deeper. Peer pressure and ego. I'm not a ranker. I'm not a quitter. I'm not a punk. So I would always try to be tough as the next man, if not tougher. And next thing you know, I started turning evil. Next thing you know, I honestly feel I got possessed, and all my good was put on the back burner. You can't kill the good. So yeah, I was 14, 15. My buddies started stealing their grandpa's handguns, just pulling up with weapons, and we're like, ooh, little mini Derringers, put them in your shoe, walk around, little pop guns, and they had big old rifles. You can't carry those. So we were looking for enemies from surrounding cities, like if life isn't hard enough, we're bringing on these more problems to us. But, it's addicting. It's a rush in doing it and the risk. And it's like adrenaline. Like some people go jump out the airplane. Some people go to Glamis. And some people go to Havasu. Yeah, we didn't have it like that. We do robberies. We do beer runs. We do evil, mean things. We would jump people. We were taught to hate the next man because he's this color. And, didn't realize till years later that ain't cool. Not cool at all. All my buddies, and then we started growing up. I kept growing up and realizing that my buddy had trauma. My other friends had trauma too. Hey, this guy didn't have a dad either. Hey, this guy's mom smoked out too. Hey, this homegirl's mom's delusional. She's seeing things, And this guy's over here picking at his skin, thinking there's maggots in his skin, and there's nothing there. It's drugs, Back then it was different. We had OGs. We had like Pinteros. We had like straight out killers from prison. 80s. I started hanging around, growing up in the late 80s, and I looked up to these guys. They were like killers, tough, fearful. Whip your ass or book you or something. And I was taught I want to be like that. I was like, that's my role model. I didn't know it, but I thought that that's respect. I thought that the fear that they had was respect. It wasn't respect, it's fear, of violence. So I turned into the years kept going, and I turned into I was scared inside what's going to happen, but it was a challenge, and I was like, let's do it. It's too late now. I already raised my hand. Let's do it. And like I said, I had the pain and traumas, and my biggest fear was breaking my grandmother's heart. And I didn't want to do that, I didn't really care if I died or not. I just didn't want to break her heart. And that would have broke her heart. So I turned into a hating ass, negative bully, trying to impress everybody, trying to be cool. Very, very evil. Putting others down, punking people, jacking them. All this stuff to make me feel better. And it was just false, temporary games. So I don't know, in my neighborhood, like many others, real hostile, real quick to pop off, and real quick to test somebody, to manipulate people, to you manipulate the weak-minded to do your dirty work. And I was young. They happened to me. So next thing you know, we do it to them, to our youngsters. And you just throw stuff out there and see who bites. You ain't down. Oh yeah? Boom. Back then it wasn't about, oh, who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? It was about, get out the way. I'm doing it. I'm doing it first. No, I'm doing it first. So everybody was on the same page of going buck wild, negative. And cops loved it. The cops, it was like a game, they'd pull us over, take pictures, and you're on the gang file. And, ain't no thing. That's slap you on the hand and nothing, let you go. The whole time they're building your C file, building your case, building your jacket. But it was a sense of belonging, It's a sense of belonging. And they were my family. They were my bros. To this day, I have a handful of good brothers from the neighborhood that I could honestly say I love them to this day, to death. And they're there for me. And the other half got double life, 60 years, 50 years. A lot of them are smoked out. A lot of them are pushing shopping carts, collecting cans. A lot of them are dead. And a lot of them are mentally ill, walking around talking to themselves. And you don't see that when you're young. You don't see that when you're having fun, laughing, all that. You don't see the future, You ain't really tripping on the future. Because I didn't take life serious. You got to take life a little bit more serious because nobody is going to take care of you when you get older. You got to take care of yourself. You got to be capable. You have to, luckily I've been doing flooring. I started doing carpet when my tia's husband would take me. I'd bust my ass all week, work until 10 at night, 11 at night, 5-6 days a week. He'd give me like $100. He'd get over on me because family. It's easier to get over on your family. And I was a kid. I was like 14. I was happy. Hey, I got beer money. Go buy beer for the homies and just pitch in the neighborhood and for more weapons. That was our protocol. Party, buy some weed, buy some clothes, look fresh for the honeys out there. Get all ironed up, G'd up, and go represent. That's how I was when I was younger. That's how I was. I wouldn't leave the house without ironing, without being G'd up. Had a weapon most of the time. If it wasn't a gun, it was a knife or some blade or something. I don't know. So when you follow a group of friends, it's great. But make sure they're positive, smart, caring. They got good energy. They got goals. That they're open-minded. They're free thinkers. Don't make sure that they're manipulative, evil people trying to bring you down and dump their bad energy on you or steal your energy. It's real. It's everybody's out for their own out there. Not saying don't be a good person, don't be kind. That's what it's all about, And so I was an emotional person. I was walking around with rage. I was walking around with pain. I was just waiting for somebody to look at me wrong so I could dump my pain on them. I used to stand on the corner in Mad Dog cars. I used to see a little cat right there. And be like, F that cat. Boom, kick it, pick it up, snap his neck, throw it. Look at me, I'm tough. See a dog right there. Bah, dog barking at me. Who you barking at? Bah, pop it. And keep going. I'm a tough guy. Look at me, I'm a tough guy. And all I was doing was just trying to, displace my rage. What I didn't know that I know now is all that energy I put into my neighborhood, all that energy I put into negative, all the blood, sweat, and tears and years I put into destructive behavior, I could have put into constructive to myself, to bettering myself. The number one person in the game is yourself. You have to love yourself because I hated myself. I would look in the mirror, I didn't like who I see. I was confused, I was lost, I had no direction, and the neighborhood was there for me. Don't get me wrong, I love my hood. There's greatness in the hood. There's great people in the hood. There was love. There was a love of 100 grandmothers in the hood, and you can't beat that. And but there's evil. You got to differentiate. You got to know how to balance. Back then, I didn't care. It was glorified if you go to jail. It was glorified the more dirt you put in. It was glorified the more party you did. I used to drink. I used to drink, and I would just kill my pain. I used to think that the more you drank, it makes you more of a man. The more women you be with, it makes you a man. The more violent you be with, it makes you a man. That stuff don't make you a man. That's false. I didn't learn this till later. And I was just winging it. I got this. Yeah, I know everything. You can't tell me nothing. I'm a man. I'll go to work, different cities, strapped up just in case. That was my mentality. And if you're out there looking for it, you're going to find it. Yeah, I know negativity is walking around on the streets out there. Look, there's people walking around with their eyebrows shaved off, wearing one glove, broken glasses, different shoes. I live it, There's twacked out people, there's evil people, and they want to spread it. That's what they're trying to do, spread their pain. And so, say somebody comes up and says, F your mama. You ain't crap. You a little punk ass chafa. What they're doing is throwing verbal darts at you. You can stand there and take them and react off your emotion. And that's what they want you to do. They're playing you. They're dumping their pain on you. So, say it's a remote control. Say somebody's F you, hate you, negative, this and that, bam, bam, anything, this words. I don't want to cuss. You can either take it, because what they're doing is throwing crap on you. Here, catch. And then you're right there catching it. Huh, I caught it. And they blasted you with words. So you don't learn this stuff later on until you go to prison. Trying to save you a couple years of misery and pain. All these prison channels, they try not to glorify prison, but they do. They try not to make it sound exciting, but it's juicy. People like it. People have a thing with watching prison channels and watching Lockup and all that stuff, But there's a reality to it. That show ends in 1 hour. In jail, it does not end in 1 hour. You still got another 23 hours after week, after month, after year. That ain't cool. I ain't no killer Pintero, but I've done a couple numbers. Never once for drugs. Never once been busted for drugs. My records, violence, crimes. I don't know. I'm not a killer. I ain't booked 100 people. I've done my share of violence on the street, inside. Not proud of it. It's survival. It's a game. I'm not glorifying jail. They have a thing called Gogi in Pelican Bay. I seen on the internet, and it said, "Hey, you can learn tools of anger management, how to be the boss of your own brain, how to use breathing techniques." That's great. These guys are doing life already? They don't learn it until it's too late? How about you apply it on the streets and you avoid doing 1 day in jail? That's what I'm saying. If somebody comes up to you, starts saying bad words, diss words, trying to trigger you, they're doing the remote control. You have the power to take out the batteries. If you take out the batteries, all they are is words. A little baby could say, F you. An old hater could say, F you. All they are is words. Once they put your finger on you, you have the right to defend yourself. And that's another thing. You got to stay up on your health, up on your game, just in case. Be prepared, or else you're going to be the one on the bottom. It's up to you. They're coming at you with mind manipulation, mental games, trying to play you. Man, women can't hit you. Oh, I know women will stab you, but women, they can't hit you, so they'll rip up your favorite CD. They'll just, mental games out there. My whole point to this is you have to be in control of your emotions. You have to use your breathing techniques. Learn how to calm down, think out of the box, get away, take a time out. And you can't take a time out when your girlfriend's chasing you, screaming in your ear. And that's relationships, unhealthy relationships, people barking and going off on each other. So you got to control your emotions, or your emotions will control you. Straight out. You got to have positive self-talk. So we all grew up in front of a television, right? Yeah, TV's normal. TV's crap. Go turn on the TV, you're going to see some crap. You're going to see some white people problems about all them, they don't know what to do with all their money. You're going to see some garbage ass clowns clowning it and buffooning it and cooning it for $1. People will sell their soul to be on TV for a spotlight, to be for fame, and it's sad. No salad on mine. If I can't keep my dignity, if I can't keep my persona, who I am, if I can't have to be somebody else, I'm straight. I'm going to be who God made me. God made me a brown man. God made me a red man. Combo of greatness. I admire a lot of different races. I take the good and I leave the bad. I'm American made. I like oldies. I like rap. I like the normal things. But my point is, television will program you and manipulate you and just put you under a spell. And a lot of you don't know that because you've already been programmed and you already are under a spell and you think I'm talking crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. Cowboys, Raiders, Dodgers. That's your life? That's cool. I like my teams. I want them to win. But come on, there's a limit to escapism. Use your mind. When you give all your heart and energy to somebody else who doesn't care about you, who doesn't know you, who could care less if you die, who care less if you're broke and they're millionaires, glorified people on TV, overpaid people, sports people, man, they got to take care of they should pay the doctors more. They should pay the teachers more. The teachers are have to buy pencils for the kids for their own classes, while these sports dudes are getting paid ridiculously. It's unbalanced, and it's the people on top with money who make the rules. It's white supremacy. I'm going to say it. People don't, he said the word. No, I say it because it's what we live in. It's what I grew up in. And I don't care who's on top. The standard is white. That television standard is white. The standard in America is white. And it's European American. So I got a very few white friends. They're smart, they're down, they're open-minded, they're cool. They don't play race stuff. And I've lived through a lot of trauma of white supremacy. I can't speak on it. I can't talk on it. My ancestors were slaughtered for the land, for gold. I have the right to be hostile. You don't like it? Don't talk about the truth. I'm talking about truths and traumas that affect us to this day. These traumas were never spoken about. They were put in the closet, and we've never healed from that day. These people have never been convicted of their crimes, but they continue to be glorified as the good guy. I put it on TV, and there's Aquaman and Robot Man and Iron Man and Transformers and Avengers and all kinds of fake fantasy crap, fake bull crap that you cannot use in your real life. Yeah, there's good lessons. Hero's journey. The good guy beats the bad guy, and this and that. Use your inner power. Yeah. But the majority of it is fake, and it can't help you in your real life. Quit learning. Quit being brainwashed by fake stuff that can't help you in your everyday life. You have time to watch it and enjoy it, but there's a limit. because TV glorifies glamour, and it does not acknowledge your spirit. There's one thing inside of everybody, you have a spirit, all right? And it's universal. It comes from the Creator. It comes from your ancestors, your DNA, your great-great-grandmothers, your great-great-grandfathers. I don't know who they are, and they're passed on. But thank you for giving me this greatness. Thank you for giving me the special power this greatness I knew I've had since a little kid. You feel it in you. But the society does not want you to acknowledge your spirit and your smarts and your brain. They want to keep us dumb. They want to keep us dumbed down to fill up the prisons. The high school to prison pipeline. It's a racket. It's a money-making machine. And later on, I'm going to have some guests elaborate on that. And it's all glamour. A lot of fake, it just really overwhelming bull crap. And once you look at it a certain way, you'll never see it the same way again, because it's little snobby ass, hating ass television programs. All right, so the definition of glamour, Hollywood, it's disgusting to me. Burn it down. It's like sadness. So, the definition of glamour, which is television, which is Hollywood, from the Merriam-Webster definition, it's an exciting and often illusionary romantic attractiveness, alluring, often used attributively. 2, it's a magic spell. It's a spell. It's programming you. It's programming your mind for crap, how to desensitize and just be not good. It manipulates TV manipulates your reality. You want to be everything but yourself. You need to buy this next product or else you ain't about nothing. You need this next phone and you ain't about nothing. You need this next vehicle or you ain't about nothing. Illusionary. Based on illusion, not real. You're fronting. You're faking it. You're false. You should be the same person walking down the street than you are in a car, in a nice fancy car. Yeah, you need to get from point A to point B, but you drive the car. The car don't drive you. You wear the clothes. The clothes don't wear you. A lot of people ignore their spirit and they're afraid of it. Because you know why? Because it takes balls, it takes courage, it takes work, hard work. You're gonna put in the work, or you're gonna just avoid it and use the same tools you learned from up to 8th grade. You stop learning in 8th grade, and then you want to learn to party, because that's part of our culture. And the next thing you know, 10 years later, you haven't learned nothing. You're still using your tools from 8th grade. 20 years later, you're still an emotional person using your tools from 8th grade. How about you grow and you pour positive stuff that you can learn in your computer, in your dome, in your tools, learn new tools. Nobody's gonna come giving you, nobody's gonna be a knock, hey, wake up, guy. Life's getting harder and you're gonna need these new tools to deal with these new problems. So problems pop up, and then you're gonna look in your toolbox, and it's pretty much empty, and all you got is this old rusty tool from 8th grade. And a lot of people still rely on that, and that's on them. But I'm trying to share with the youth and the elder homies, women, female, who don't want to learn or are on the fence of learning, who know they need something, they're hurting, they're lost. Because homegirl jumped off the bridge, and she ain't the first one. She's like the 3rd or 4th one in Southern California I've seen. Drive by, see the body with the tarp on it. Down the street, the girl threw her baby in the dryer. Over here, homegirl killed herself with pills because she was getting bullied. Everybody getting shot and killed over turf gang stuff, words, mad dogging. They probably don't even know why they're doing it, because it was handed down. What I'm saying is, you have a spirit. Look in the mirror, challenge yourself to exercise it. You don't exercise your muscle, you can have a flabby muscle. You don't exercise your spirit, you can have a weak spirit. That's when the evil sees that you're low, takes over. You got to be wise enough to shake it off, to discipline yourself. It's all about discipline. What am I going to do in 5 years? What am I going to do in 10 years? Don't worry about that. What are you going to do today and tomorrow? Are you going to make the right choices? So a lot of people are afraid of their spirit. When you're young, your parents are gone at work. They don't got no time to teach you a lesson about your spirit or yourself or the power of yourself or your inner positivity. They don't have to tell you about the greatness of your love, the magic, because they're working. And so what they do, they'll send you off to the religious place, the building where they teach you stuff. But you know what? With that, with television, with the media, with society, it ingrains shallow, superficial, low values, low morals, materialistic, snobby, self-centered, greedy, high maintenance, arrogant, pitch-made, bougie ass, frontin' ass. G's, everybody's a G now. Everybody's a G. Ever since Snoop Dogg started doing the Crip Walk back in the day, it became commercialized. The whole world's G'd up. There's cholos in Amsterdam wearing baños. I got some buddies in Japan. They're all choloed out. They like the culture, like the fashion, cool, but they don't know the Chicano pain. You don't know the pain of neighborhood car washes, velorios, drug abuse, broken families, poverty, prison, murder, all the negative stuff that happens. It's not a fashion. It's not a style. It's a way of life. So you know what? How do you recharge? How do you start to heal your traumas? It's one day at a time. The reality is you got to put in the work. You got to discipline yourself. Nobody's going to do it. What you give is what you get. So you better start giving to yourself. Ain't nobody else going to do it. And if you don't, hey, have an empty toolbox, because those tools are useful, very useful. This year, I've had 4 dudes try to fight me. For some reason, I got it looked at, hey, he's a tough guy, he wants to fight, this and that. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't ever. I have to tell myself that every day, and then I go judging somebody. But I know that it's the inner person that matters. So back in the day, I wouldn't back down from a fight. You had to beat me down to a pulp before I backed down and gave up. And then I'd get up and I'd come back and I'd try to fight. I'd go to home, go to sleep. I couldn't sleep until I came back and got your ass. Ego thing, macho thing. All I was doing was causing more problems for myself. I had to learn to be humble, humility, be able to say, hey, I don't know it all. Hey, I need to go back to first grade and learn new things. I had to be able to say, hey, I've been lied to my whole life by television, by my peers, by society. I had to be able to say that I need help in this thing called life. And it started with healing my spirit. It started with exercising my spirit. So here I am, years later, attempting to share some of the good on how my personal story healed and continue to heal. You don't have to change. Change when you're ever going to change. When you're ever going to change. It's not that I couldn't change. It's just that I wasn't ready. Some of you aren't ready. It's like a plant, You're not ready to bloom. It's not that you can't do it. It's that you still need to go through what you're going through and find your way out. My daughter right now, she's in a home. She went to jail, and drugs were involved. Maybe that's what I get. Maybe that's my karma for selling drugs for a lot of years. Back in the 90s, everybody sold dope. Everybody's tweaked out. Everybody's making money off of it. My whole crew doing big things and networking and this and that. And, I didn't see no harm in it. I figured, hey, it's free money. Boom. I started seeing my cousin to the left riding a bike, 10-speed, with a backpack full of nuts and bolts and trash all tweaked out in it. I said, man, I'm contributing to that. I started seeing my homeboy. Music was just rising. A lot of great opportunities. Chose to get tweaked out in the alley. And I finally quit. I couldn't do it no more. My conscience was just, boom. A lot of my buddies were clowning me. You quit. You're not boom. Whatever. I knew what I had to do for myself, and that's called self-discipline. So our brains and our mindset are like computers, and they need to be programmed. They need to be improved. They need to be rewired with only positive thoughts, positive people. You are who you hang around with. Start finding yourself some positive people. I don't care what they got or what they're about. I'm not 100% positive. Oh yeah, I'm far from perfect. I got a lot of work to do myself, but I put in a lot of work also, and I came a long way. I've been through the fire. I want to share a little bit to save somebody from going through it, or maybe make it less painful. Because negativity and evil is a poison that grows and it will consume you. The next thing you know, you're down the wrong path, and before you might wake up with a life sentence. I don't want that for nobody. It's just on the strength, Por favor, it's just I was following people that were negative, materialistic. And their spirituality was pretty dead, spiritually dead. We all have our spirit, like I said. In order to heal it, you do not have to give your power to somebody else. Thanks. No. It's yours. You don't give it that special greatness away. It's yours, and you nurture it, and you care for it. How could you respect somebody that doesn't respect themselves? And that's a lot of the time the negative people that we choose to follow because it's fun, because it's easy. It's easy to make the wrong choice. It's hard to make the right choice. It takes discipline, self-discipline. Hurt people. That's the way it goes. And I was a part of that, So quit blaming your circumstances on life. There's the cat right there. That's my roommate's cat. Now that's my homie. I've test myself, my patience, my rage, my snapping. There's a cat in the house, and hey, it is what it is. Quit blaming your circumstances on life didn't deal you the best cards. You don't get a chance. You don't get a chance to choose the cards in life, but you do get a chance on how you play them. All this stuff I learned over the years. It's not my stuff. None of this medicine is mine stuff. I've learned this all from other people, and I'm trying to share it in a constructive way. Because you don't gotta blame your parents. Oh, I wasn't given the perfect life. You didn't freaking give me a business. You didn't give me a house. You didn't give me a car. You didn't give me nothing but stress. Well, you don't blame. You don't shift the blame to other people, and avoid doing the work. You do the work, and you put it in, and you get the results. You get that priceless inner peace, baby. You get that priceless inner peace. Yeah. I'm up, I'm down. I'm not always up, I'm not always down. This is me. This is life. Realize it. That's the way it goes, up and down. It's your perspective. You got to change the way you look at it. The definition of perspective is prism, an aspect, a mindset, a viewpoint. It's a way of looking. It's a mental focus. acknowledge you're going in the wrong direction, mentally prepare to make the changes. Hey, it happens overnight. No, baby steps. It took you a lot of years to be negative, to learn the negative. It's going to take you a little while to baby step your way to on a new road. And if you don't know how to do it, you got to get it. You got to learn. You got to go out there and search for it, because you're going to need to want it bad. Do not give up. Whoever's hurting out there, do not give up. Go sit in the park, sit on the earth, close to connection. Go let it out. Go find go in the right directions. I really want to say thanks for listening to me, my few minutes of talk. I've never done this before. I'm not a pro, but I don't care, because it needs to get out there. That positivity needs to get out there. And I want to put a little bit out there in the world, because there's enough negative. And I spent too many years of being negative. That's why I'm doing this. I spent too many years of being negative, hating myself, being a negative person. I refuse to go back. I know better. I'm honoring my grandmother's name, my ancestors' name. I'm honoring my children. I'm honoring my grandchildren. I'm a grandpa. I'm 45. I don't got a lot to show for myself, because I spent a lot of years negative, and it ain't about that to me. Right now I'm going to go to my little primo's party and birthday party, get a plate, and go celebrate his birthday. Good kid. And you know what? Closing, I want to say a lot of things for a lot of hurting people out there. I want to send good vibes to the brothers and the sisters out there hurting, really lost, ready to kill yourself. Do not give up. Do not give up. You have what it takes to grow and change and rise up. It ain't easy. It can be done. You got to take the first step, which is acknowledging, hey, my mindset's in the wrong direction. Boom. There you go. It ain't that easy. I want to pray for the people locked up right now. I want to pray for the brothers and sisters in the iron house. I want to pray for all the kids out there in the homes. I want to pray for the people who are doing without, homeless, the ones that have passed on, the ones that are sick, and the ones that can't be here today. In closing, you can find me at Instagram, Steve Lopez Tattoo. I'm trying to keep this channel going. You're going to get a lot of interesting people coming up. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And you can click the link, click the subscribe or the like, how I always hear them say. But honestly, I could care less, because somebody out there watched this channel and somebody gained some strength and somebody moved forward. Yeah, you could do it.